Everyone, School DK Bones here with some news from Superman, and I guess they're going to be putting this movie straight to digital in 2 days. This news broke yesterday. Superman is now being released on digital this week. It'll stop the $600 million, I guess, from it reaching $600 million. Previously, I think it wasn't supposed to be going to digital until I think it was the 26th. Anyways, let's get into this article and I'll give you my opinions about movie theaters and um, these uh, these companies pushing these movies straight to digital instead of letting them ride out and then how they did it in the old days where you didn't see anything come out on VHS or DVD until about October or November if it was a summer movie. Despite Superman's continued success in theaters, it's been announced today that DC Studio Reboot is coming to digital platforms later this week, just over a month after its first hit the big screen, which is crazy. When it comes to supposed box office war between Superman and the Fantastic Four First Steps, Man of Steel is undeniably victor. Of course, Jurassic World Rebirth surprised everyone by winning July. We'll get into that later on too. The DC Studios reboot has ultimately had significantly strong hold week to week than the MCU movie, and while international audience haven't embraced Superman in quite the same way as those in the US, it's on track to be a moderate hit. That's some people's opinion. Some people will call it a flop with the budget uh, they had for all these movies. Following reports about August 26th digital debut for Superman, many were quick to wonder why Warner Bros. Would do that. It's barely been in theaters for a month and still holding its own against Fantastic Four First Steps. Even yesterday, it made a million compared to Fantastic Four Marvel Studios movie 1.7 million. Well, James Gunn has announced that Superman will premiere on digital earlier than expected on August 15th. That's this Friday, only 35 days after the critical acclaimed movie soared into theater. Um, and it goes on to talk about how it's close to making 600 million worldwide. And then they estimated it to make between 620 and 640. But these companies putting these movies out into theaters and then a month later it's coming to digital is killing the theaters. And I'm not sure they're going to get people to come back to the theaters. I think the theaters might be soon to be a relic for individuals, not just with Superman, but you can also see Jurassic World Rebirth. They went digital last week, August 5th. So it wasn't just Superman. It's all of them, and then they're pushing them out. What's the price? $19.99, and this is stuff like myself growing up and others. You would see movies stay in theaters for a long haul, and then they would disappear, and then some of them would come back, or they would just go to VHS or DVD, but it wouldn't come out until about three or 4 months later for the big holiday push for people to buy the movies and want to see them during the holidays. But I think they're killing these theaters, and with the younger crowds, they don't have incentive to go to the theaters anyway because they don't like going anywhere. For the most part, not all of them, but most young people like to sit and stream stuff at home rather than going to theaters and get that nostalgia of what we were brought up with, where you go to a theater, you get away from it all. Now people just sit in their rooms or on their phones in a car or public transportation, or they're on their phones watching either iPad watching a movie. Um, Rarely you see people go to movies and get away from it all, and that's what theaters was supposed to be for. Um, well, that's the way I saw it. But I think it's a big. They're going to kill the theaters. It's inevitable. You're not going to get crowds, or you're not going to get a bunch of people to go to the theaters when your movie's only staying in the theaters for 35 days, and then it's coming straight to streaming, where you pay almost the same amount. What was that, 19.99 for digital, and ticket prices are about the same for a movie ticket. Back then, it made sense because movie tickets weren't $10 or more; it was less, and then matinees were like $3. So you can go on a Sunday afternoon, Saturday morning, go to an early showing, and you weren't paying that much. It brings up another thing where people talk about inflation for movies from now to then, where they show how much the movie would have made with today's inflation. I don't agree with that because movie tickets were cheaper, and so if something's cheaper, you're going to go see it once or twice or three times. Compared to now, where you got to make a decision. Oh, I'm going to go see this movie or that movie. Like I haven't seen Fantastic Four because I don't want to waste my money now, knowing that probably next week they're going to drop Fantastic Four. It's going digital either next week or near the end of the month. So it makes no sense for me to go to a movie, pay all that money for something I really don't want to see when it's going to come out. I can sit back, can pause it, step away, and watch it whenever I want to. I guess they're also trying to do a campaign, a digital campaign. I guess you're going to get some extras if you buy the digital. It shows like little extras they have, but I still think it's a dumb idea. I think it's a dumb idea for the fact that you're going to kill the theaters and these budgets for these movies, which makes no sense. I'm not sure how they're making their money back on any of these movies. Anyways, it's your boy DK Bones. Like and subscribe to all my channels at the bottom. Comment if you don't like what I'm saying. Hit the like button if you do. And I will hit you guys up later.